All right. So anybody that has a studio and does this kind of stuff, a big old guitar rig, everybody's had them nights. I mean, I'm telling you, Fred Durst was a prophet. Just one of them days. So I'm recording today, like, I don't know, it's 10. This started at like 6 or 7, and I told my wife, I said, I got like 30, 40 minutes and I'll be in. Yeah. Still out here. Check it out. So I learned a lesson though. So I run a lot of cleans through 2 amps, 2 cabs, and then I go through the loop through the Strymons, like left and right, stereo. Works perfect. I also go in through my Fractal, my Axe-Fx 3, for kind of like a lot of the other stuff, like the micro pitch shift. And I have noticed that there's been some issues. There's been just some weirdness with all of it. I don't know. Sometimes it just seems strange. Not strange. It feels like effects are like pulling more on one side, and I'm always making adjustments. Well, today I was like, it was weird. It was like the left side was like, when nothing was on, it was perfect. When I put in the timeline, it was perfect. When I put in the Mobius, it was perfect. When I put in the Axe-Fx, it went like this. The left dropped way down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, messing around. And the Axe-Fx is racked up in, I have an Argosy table. So it's a pain in the butt. So I'm under the desk with the flashlight and, do this, move that, switch that, flip this, flip that. No, I can't get anything happening, man. I'm like, so I run over to East Side and I pick up an H90. I'm like, maybe the Axe-Fx, maybe there's a ground issue, maybe there's some configuration, I don't know, because the Strymons are fine. So I get the H90, bring it here, update it, set it up, unplug the Axe-Fx, plug into the H90, same thing with the H90. Strymons are perfect, H90 is weird. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Switching out cables, nothing. Flipping the amps. I was beside myself. And then, so 1 amp is a Mark V, which is a standard effects loopy amp. The other one I'm using is an older Matchless C30. The effects loop is not a 2-cable effects loop. It's a single TRS to a splitter. I take that out and I replace it with the rectifier clean, and it's perfect. And I guess what I've realized is, like, for whatever reason, maybe it's not properly, I don't know, like the effects loop itself is fine, but it doesn't like playing in stereo. That's for sure. So I finally plug it all in. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Then I'm messing with the H90, and now I'm in H90 land. And I don't. The last thing I want to ever do is hurt anybody's feelings if you love the H90. I don't. I've had 3 or 4 H9s. I've had. This was the 3rd H90. No. Yes. No. I've had. This is now the 2nd H90. I don't know, man. That's something about that thing does not agree with me. That, the app is weird. The app is complicated to me in ways like that. Like, I don't know. Fractal is just way more. It's just the way it just makes more sense to me. And I've been an Eventide person forever, and Eventide is always funky. I mean, those old H3000s are they're just hard to deal with. They're buggy, So anyway, I'm messing with it. I can't get it. The sounds are just weird. Like, I'm just trying to get like a decent plate reverb. and then I'm just trying to get like a standard micro pitch shift. It just sounded, it was just, everything was just weird. I don't know why. I love when other people use the Eventides, but for me, it's something about it. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm like, you know what? Let me, now that I figured this out, let me plug in my Axe-Fx. I'm back in. And I plugged it in and I went right to the dual D-tune, and it sounded, I was just like, yeah, this is more me. And I like the interface. So I'm going to bring back the H90 in the morning. And, and the guys there are cool. They know, I hardly ever return things, but they're always like, if for some reason it's not working, just bring it back. But that's it. So here it is. So I guess the initial test was just left and right to make sure it was strong. So this first track here is it's on the left side for you to be over there, and that is the rectifier, and then the right side is the Mark V. So listen to a second. I'm not going into GarageBand, so you're not going to hear it. You're just going to hear it in the room, like with the blue mic. Yeah, so left and right is perfect. What was happening was this. I don't know if I have any left recording because I was deleting it because it was driving me insane. Yeah, see, I got rid of, I think. But it'd be like, yeah, it would just go from like this. Then when I bring it in, it'd be like, Wah! So, yeah. And then this is all Axe-Fx. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice. And I went for the -12, +12. I watched somebody with something the other day, and they were like doing the 12, and they went from the 9 to the 12. I was like, yeah, I kind of like the 12. The 9 is like the standard. Left and right is perfect. It sounds so gorgeous. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so I'm working on some new songs. There's kind of like a kick-ass bunch of Nashville session guitar playing kind of people. My buddy Hunter, they did like a little fun remake of Lonely as the Night by Billy Squier. So I'm going to, take a crack at singing at it. And today I fired it all up, charted the lyrics. And when it was all done, just before I went in for dinner, I just sang a little bit of the first verse, and I was like, yeah, it's going to be cool, man. I think it's going to sound good. What a great song. That guy's voice, man. Good Lord. That was at the time, that was like Zeppelin reinvented. But anyway, so I'm really happy. I'm really stoked with the setup, and I love the Mark V, and I'm just feeling that song that I just finished, that 8 Feet Under. That's personally, that's the best thing I've ever recorded for me anyway. That like musically, like it's sophisticated to me, and it's cool at the same time. And it's got me. I listened to it and I'm like, all right, we got to keep rolling. I've been taking guitar lessons with this just bad to the bone guitar player out here in Nashville named Mike Khalil, and he is just killer. And he's got me like just doing like minor pentatonic all over the fretboard and looking, always finding the one. Like this whole a little different, not really the Cage thing, like a different, like more like, I don't know, like it's cool though. It's got me. Today I got up at 3:00 this morning, and I played for about 3 hours, and I was doing the minor pentatonic in A, and I was just kept finding the A's, and then once I knew the A, I'm like, oh yeah, it started to connect, because when he plays, it's like, it's ridiculous, he's like chicken picking, funky shred monster, but it's starting to make sense. And then I like switched to G, then I went to like D, and then I went to like C sharp, and like I'm telling you, man, 2 or 3 more weeks of doing this every day, and I will have that thing called, and then we'll move on, and then yeah. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know. It's been a heck of a day, man. Like I said, I've been up since I started work at 3. Well, I started playing at 3 o'clock this morning, and it's 10, so it's been a while. But it's good. I'm inspired. Yeah. For some reason, I like the way that sounds better. Maybe just because I just can't seem to like figure that dang. Even to I don't know. Like I can't. Like I move the knobs and it. I don't know. I just feel so. It feels so weird to me. I really actually like the H9 app better. Personally, there's something about this H90 app is like whoa. So I get it. Done. Yeah, it's very cool, man. All right, so that's it, and I gave it a go. Didn't happen. Peace.